I just give a brief introduction about myself. My complete name, full name is Ranjit Kumar Krishnan. I am from Chennai. I've been into IT almost 20 years, since 2004. I started with Ovansys India Private Limited as mainframe developer. Okay. In the year 2009, I transitioned to Salesforce technology as an administrator. Then I worked as a developer, then a project manager. So I worked in 4 different companies, like Ovansys India Private Limited, XR Technologies, HCL around 4 years, Dell company, Dell International in Bangalore around 2 years. Then I worked in small mid-sized companies in Noida. Okay, so almost 4 or 5 companies I worked. Since 2016, I've been into freelancing, consulting, and training. I was a trainer internally, delivering training for Dell. It was my last company. Since 2016, I wanted to pursue this as a full-time trainer, freelance consulting and trainer. So I've been delivering training for Cognizant for almost 6 years, and delivered training for Accenture, SLK Groups, NTT Data, Coforge, StackRoot, and the short trainings what I'm doing now. It's my regular activity. Okay. For the past 1 year, there was a gap because quite busy with corporate training. So, but this my after a year gap, I'm wanted to do this admin session. Okay. So I'm also into content development for other training organizations. Sometimes I involve into interview process, right? So the company approach to recruit the candidates. So I help them, and I also worked in contract basis for almost a year for a company in Hyderabad. It was completely a development project, leading 2 members team. So that would not be my regular activity. Training is my core activity. Okay, I train my trainers. I have a team of trainers who can deliver trainings in Salesforce and specialized field in Salesforce like Velocity. You might have heard about, right? CPQ. So this is about myself. Okay, and I own my sole proprietorship organization called Hippologic Solution. So where we deliver address trainings for corporates. Not very active, honestly, because I just do what is currently in my hand. I don't have much focus on what needs to be done in the future. But we are working on these Hippologic solutions to to capture the client in terms of training or consulting related to Salesforce. Okay, so this is a brief about myself. So the objective of this session is to introduce what is Salesforce. Some of you might already have some idea about what is Salesforce, but this introduction is very basic. Content we are going to cover, talking about what is Salesforce actually, and the training roadmap. What you will learn in this admin course. Right after admin, what you can learn to proceed further in Salesforce technology. Okay, as a developer or administrator. That I'll give some idea in this session. Is it clear, right? I can proceed.
Yeah, sounds good.
Audio, everything is clear, right? Okay. Someone is dropped out. Hari Pragasham. Okay. The company Salesforce is referred as Salesforce.com and was co-founded by Mark Benioff. Okay, there's a typo I found. I need to correct it. I'm sorry. So Mark Benioff in the year 1999. Okay, so Mark Benioff, along with his colleague, uh, three of his friends, all together, they started a company in United States, San Francisco. Their objective was to uh, deliver the sales uh, application. Okay, sales application. In the sense, the application used to manage the sales activities. This application can store the customer details. Used to store the product details, what products you sold to customer. So they build that product and deliver that product over the internet connection, which means the product would be managed by the company Salesforce. The users can access that product by using browser internet connection, like how you are accessing your Gmail. You should have a browser internet connection. That's enough, right? We are not going to install anything in your system, isn't it? So a software they deliver was used to manage the sales activities. It was referred as CRM application. Okay, we are going to see what is CRM in the next slide, in the further slide. And so this is a very quick introduction about Salesforce company. So they started in 1999. Now currently they have grown, like they acquired almost 40 plus different companies, their partners, and now they're a giant, a big CRM, number one CRM platform provider in the world. Okay, so richest company in terms of revenue as well, and they have a lot of job opportunities. When they grow, it means they address a lot of business, lot of problems, which means it creates a lot of job opportunity as well, right? So Salesforce was the first company delivered CRM in the internet, which means you need not install any software in your system. Okay, this is the first company they introduced CRM platform over the internet. These are the some of the important product, CRM related product, like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud. In addition to that, they have many different products. Okay, this is just in a glimpse of the products they have, because they are familiar. They're very much popularly referred as Sales Cloud CRM, Service Cloud CRM. So reason I put this product information in this slide. Okay. To understand better what is Salesforce, it is also very important to understand what is cloud computing service, what is CRM. Okay, so that you can understand better what is Salesforce actually. So cloud computing service is a common term, not just specific to Salesforce. Okay, it's a very common term concept. So what it is actually, a cloud computing is nothing but the delivery of different services, the resources through the internet. To understand this better, we'll take a very quick example. Suppose you would like to build an application. Okay, you would like to build an application for to manage your retail store activities, or a finance activities, a training activities. The objective could be anything, right? you like to build an application. The first primary task would be setting up the infrastructure. Obviously, you need a system, right? You need a system, a power supply. Depends upon the size of the application. Depends upon how big your application is going to be. Sometimes you need a 10 multiple systems, multiple developers, isn't it? So let's take a very small, very simple example. Say I need a system, which means it called infrastructure, right? I need a space, and you keep the system and network, power supply, everything. It's called infrastructure. On top of it, you have to set up the platform, isn't it? The system is just a hardware. How about to develop any application? You have to set up the platform, a development environment, isn't it? So in case if you are going to develop a .NET based application, of course you should have have the right operating system. On top of it, you will install the required .NET package, a database, right? Which means you are setting up the platform. Then you build your application, isn't it? So there are 3 layers we have, right? Infrastructure, a platform, and a software. If all these 3 layers, right, are managed by us, for example, I set up 10 system in my premise, in my building or in a room, then I have to manage the hardware, power supply, isn't it? I have to make sure all the time the hardware is working, the server is up, so that I can build my application, right? So, and the softwares the platform that I set up, that needs to be upgraded periodically, right? For example, say the Java software, for example, I build application based on Java. The Java needs to be upgraded yearly, depends upon the release, correct? So, and which means the maintenance of these 3 layers is completely it's a time consuming and cost, isn't it? Think about the organization where they build application for a big insurance company, which means they need hundreds of systems, multiple softwares. So they should have a dedicated team to work on server troubleshooting the hardware issues, upgrading the software. So the business is is on other side, building application or managing the business is on other side, but on top of it, the huge cost, the time are required to manage the hardware, platform and application, isn't it? You agree? So in the case of cloud computing, right, now suppose I would like to develop an application, I would like to start an organization, a company to develop, where I have a 10 developers to build application. It is not necessary I need to find a huge space to set up all the infrastructure. It is not necessary I need to have a dedicated team to take care of the equipments. It is not mandatory now, because we have option now to get the infrastructure, the system remotely. Virtual system I can get from the service provider. You can example no, like Amazon AWS. If you are familiar already, Amazon Web Service, they provide with infrastructure. You can access anywhere you are, right? You need not invest. Example, if I need 10 system, you need not invest uh, what normally you will invest to buy 10 system and place it in your premise. Whereas you can go with subscription basis, right? For monthly, how much monthly basis or yearly annual subscription, you can start with. You can start your business by getting the system remotely, right? So which means you should have a internet connection. You log into the URL where you can, every developers or users of your organization can log in and work on the system. The system is remotely managed by service provider. Okay, so that service is referred as infrastructure as a service. You get it? So suppose I would like to increase my system, of course I can increase the number of subscriptions with service provider. In case I would like to reduce, right? Suppose my business is not moving uh, good, then I can reduce the number of systems. I can scale down my uh, business. So that way you can expand, you can increase, you can downgrade, depends upon your business need, which is not possible in case if you keep everything in your premise, which is not a cloud computing, right? Cloud computing is nothing but a delivery of service over the internet. So this is one of the service, infrastructure. We get infrastructure over the internet, over the cloud. Okay, able to follow, right, all of you? Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So how about the development environment, right? There are some cases I don't need a system. What I need is just a development environment. I would like to build application. That's it. What I need is, uh, suppose I like to build a Java-based application. I need the platform where software, everything needs to be installed. I just log in and develop my application. Like Gmail, I log in with the user ID password, then I landing up into a, 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 a tools and development environment where I can do my programming, right? Without programming, I can also develop application, just drag and drop. So where that code is going to be executed, where that application is going to be saved, everything is going to be saved in uh, a service provider. Okay, like infrastructure, someone is providing a service, right? Operating a platform as a service. We also, there are different service provider like Google App Engine, uh, Salesforce. Salesforce is providing a development environment. Okay, so Salesforce is providing a development environment over the cloud. So it's that service is referred as platform as a service. Okay, Salesforce is providing a platform as a service for us. So using that platform, we can build an application, any type of application, which means for any type of business. Okay, maybe a banking or insurance or health related or educational business. Like to manage the customer details, product details. So they provide a platform to build application. Okay, so you're not going to install any specific software in your system. You just have a browser and a URL where provided by Salesforce to log in with user ID password. Like how you sign up for your Gmail, you have to sign up. Once you sign up, you get user ID password, and you can log in into the platform. You can build your application. That's called platform as a service. Okay, so I hope you got where Salesforce is. What's the primary service of Salesforce? Platform as a service. And sometimes, I would like to start with application. I'm not going to build up application. I don't have developers. I do not want to build application. I just need a application which is already built, right? A build application. Okay. So like, suppose I'd like to send email. I do not want to build the email server myself, right? Everything I have developers to build my email server, how to compose email, how to send email. I do not have a that objective scope to build my own email server. Instead, I just sign up Gmail because it's already built one, right? Gmail is already built one, managed by Google, isn't it? So I can just sign up and I can start connecting with my contacts by sending email, composing email, isn't it? Similarly, another example, take your Zoho meeting. It's not necessary to build our own conference application, right? It's already built one. Zoho is already built a conference application called Zoho meeting. So where I just go for a subscription, I can connect with my participants, isn't it? So that's called software as a service. The software is already built. Software is already built by service provider. Example, Zoho meeting, Google, Gmail, Google Drive. These are all software already built, right? On the platform. So you just access the software, okay, as a service, which means by using internet connection. So these are three, a primary important service. We have some more additional services, but these are three important services: software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. A delivery of different services through the internet is called cloud computing services. Okay, and Salesforce is fit into platforms as a service as well as software as a service, which means they also have a pre-built application like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. I have you have seen in the first slide, right? Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and Marketing Cloud. So those are the pre-built application where you can just manage your business with the help of that application. You need not develop something new from the using the platform. Okay, you can just use the build application, the pre-built application already provided by in the platform, available in the platform. So how will you access, how will you pay for it, what type of model? I'll give some idea later. Hope you are clear in this concept, right? Cloud computing services, infrastructure service, platform as a service, software service. And we'll see what is CRM, okay? Because we'll later we'll relate what is cloud computing, what is CRM, then what exactly the Salesforce CRM is. CRM, I think most of you are aware, is an abbreviation, right, of customer relationship management. So managing the customer data, how will you manage? Okay, if you go back and see the history of CRM, how the CRM, the term, right, coined, how this term came into business. Earlier, 1990s, 1980s, there was no the term CRM. It was, example, any business, they would have all the customer details in a in a diary, for example, right? They note down all the customers' details in a diary in alphabetical order. Okay, and there was a device called Rolodex. You might have, not very sure you come across, maybe a stand with sliding a paper, where you locate the customer details in alphabetical order it's arranged. It was it was like a CRM, okay, where you manage the customer contact details. Later it later became grown as a software where you manage all the customer details uh, in a system itself. Later it's emerged as a database. Like that, it grown, okay, it grown, and it became a software. The CRM in the year 1990s, they came up with a software called CRM, a package. What it is, the package, the software is, a company developed this software, which will have different tables, a collections of tables. The table, you'll have a dedicated table to store the customer details. You have a tables to store the prospects. Prospects means, um, you know, someone looking for product, to buy a product, showing interest towards your product, right? In enquiries, you can say enquiries. Okay, so the dedicated table for lead, which means prospects. You have dedicated table for to store your product. Likewise, the collections of tables where you can manage the customer data and all the related informations, and you can manage it, not just storing data. You can manage it. Manage means what? Suppose I'd like to create a report, which customer has bought more products, right? And how many uh, enquiries become your customers, and how much product have been sold, and which product have been sold, and everything you can manage. The customer contacts you can manage, right? To whom I need to call today, and setting up the meetings, everything you can manage with the help of this software. That's what every business is doing right nowadays. Every business is doing nothing but connecting with their customer, isn't it? Reaching out the customer, uh, promoting their product. So all these activities you can do with the help of a software called CRM. Okay, so it's a software that stores customer contact information like name, address, phone numbers, and it helps to manage. It's not just storing the data. Okay, it keeps track of customer activity, their phone calls, emails. You can set up the reminders, you can create a report, many things you can do. That's whole thing is called CR, customer relationship management. If there is no CRM, then how the business, uh, uh, what are the disadvantages we have in case if you do not have a standard CRM, right? So CRM is very important for every business, uh, you know, to manage every data in one place. Okay, so without CRM, what could be the scenario? Just very quick introduction of a scenario without CRM. What are the difficulties we have, which are all can be overcome by a CRM based application. Okay, example, right? A quick example. You take three marketing executives uh, without CRM. Okay, remember. So they manage all the enquiries or sales, everything in different devices. For example, John is quite comfortable, you know, keeping all the contact details in his mobile. Tom is, uh, more familiar with working with Excel, and John is traditionally would like to, write down every contact details in a notepad. Okay, so the data is not in one place, right? They are working for one business, but the data is not in one place, correct? And their boss, example, the sales manager, example, a marketing manager, would like to track all, would like to manage all these subordinates, isn't it? You need the data, something like how many customer details handled by the sales reps, and how many products were sold by a particular representative, and how many inquiries become customers. So you need various informations all the time to manage the business. But it's very clear the data is not in one place. So obviously, knowing this information, getting this in right, it's not an easy task, isn't it? Suppose John lost his mobile. The Tom is uh, not in the organization, and right. So there are many situations, right? We can discuss where the data is accessing the data, getting the information is not the easy thing here, right? Because the data is in different version. Tracking is quite difficult because we have to consolidate all the data in one format, isn't it? And sharing the information mainly, right? Because I would like to share all this information to my finance department, my sales department. It's very difficult, right? So this is quite common scenario without CRM. Whereas the CRM based application, we have one common database, as part of CRM package, where all my departments, all my marketing executives, sales, working with one particular database, a collections of tables. There is no more data, managed by each individual on their own system or mobile, right? So all going to be referred in one place. Okay. And if the CRM is cloud-based CRM, it means anywhere we are, you are going to connect to the same database, isn't it? So the Bob is now working with the CRM database. He's not going to work, depending on the uh, person now. He's depending on the system. He just get the information what is required by with help of the features available in the CRM, because CRM I already mentioned it's having features to manage the data, not just database. We can create a report, we can track all the details using a CRM application, right? So like customer interactions, you can create a report, email reminders, and there are one important, CRM, uh, uh, you know, uh, use when you come across other CRM application. I have a company site, okay. I have a contact us form, right? You come across every website, any company, right? Suppose you are inquiring, I would like to inquire about a insurance product. They have an inquiry form, right? You just fill it up and submit it. The data will be captured into the CRM database automatically. So this is a very an important feature of every CRM application in the market. It can be a Microsoft Dynamics, Siebel, um, Sugar CRM, Viva. There are many CRMs in the market. Zoho, right? Salesforce is a kind of CRM. Salesforce is a kind of CRM application. In the first slide, I mentioned the Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. All they are CRM application. Okay, a pre-built CRM application. So where using in that application with few clicks without programming, you can implement this feature. You can create a form and deploy that form into your website, right? And where anyone post inquiries, that will be captured in the CRM table automatically. So this is a it's one of the important feature in CRM. So like that, there are n number of features we have in CRM application. So of course the benefits, it increase sales revenue. We have a visibility between departments, because all departments referring one database. Uh, of course we have a features to restrict the data visibility also. Okay, it is also part of CRM, which means one department data should not disclose to other department. We have restrict data modifications, updating data by other users. It's all a part of CRM. Okay, just a quick the overall benefit of CRM. Right now, we will again define what exactly the Salesforce is. Okay, we have seen like cloud computing. What is cloud computing services? What is CRM? So now we are with that information, we would like to see what exactly the Salesforce. Okay, I already mentioned it. Salesforce is providing a platform as a service, right? So they provide a development environment, isn't it? So you just sign up and build application, you know, over the cloud. And so they provide development environment. In the same platform, they also provide a pre-built application, right? I would like to, I go for developing the new application, else I can access the existing application. What type of application? A CRM application. You get it? So they have built already an application where you can manage the customer details, where you can manage the product details over that same platform. So the platform is, accessible over the internet, which means cloud computing platform, and it's a CRM type, right? Okay. Okay, so we define Salesforce as a cloud-based CRM platform. You're able to relate, you're able to visualize what is Salesforce now. Hope you understand, right? Salesforce is cloud-based CRM platform, which means they provide a development environment to build application, to access the existing application, CRM-based applications like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and all. Okay. And how will you connect? How will you access this CRM, Salesforce CRM? You have to sign up. Okay, you sign up and you get user ID password, and so that you can access the inbuilt application. You can modify that application also. Okay, modify it and you can develop new applications. Okay, and Salesforce was predominantly the CRM was built for helping sales activities as well as helping the support activities, which means for customers, existing customers, how will you address their issues, like a help desk, a ticket handling system, okay? And as well as they also have a big, a package to support marketing activities of a business called Marketing Cloud. This is called Sales Cloud. This is called Service Cloud. Okay. And you can connect Salesforce, communicate Salesforce application with other application by integrating. Integrating is again another skill, where you can connect, interact with other application, communicate with other application. Okay, and you can develop new application. We already seen this. So overall, Salesforce is providing a pre-built application which is called standard CRM applications like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud. Okay, and over the platform, you can also build your own application, which is referred as custom. The standard means no pre-built application, custom referring our own application. Depends upon your business need. Okay, and in another important service, Salesforce service, App Exchange. App Exchange is similar to your Play Store in your Android, App Store in your iPhone. You get it right? What I'm trying to say? It's a marketing place. Okay, you develop, you can get the supported application, your platform supported application. Example, a Play Store, you get Android supported application, right? Uh, it's a marketing place, right? I build Android based application and deploy it. So on free or pay, right? The other users can access it. Okay. Similarly, App Exchange is a marketing place for Salesforce where you have hundreds of applications, pre-built application. You can access it on free or pay, and you can use it for your business. Okay. Apart from this, Salesforce has many different products, non-CRM product as well. But all products are cloud products. Okay, we are not. I think no products are required installing in your system. Everything is a cloud-based. It's a purely cloud computing organization. Okay. Okay, and it's very common term, multi-tenant architecture. Salesforce platform is recognized as, referred as Salesforce Lightning platform, right? Salesforce Lightning platform. And multi-tenant, which means multiple users um, sharing the resources, like in a how to say, like in a building. For example, in a building, tenants sharing the water resource, sharing the parking area, right? Similarly, Salesforce architecture is basically we are sharing the storage. Example, if I sign up for Salesforce CRM, I can have hundreds of users create in that same login. Each one will have a different user ID password. We are all sharing the storage, right? We are all sharing the CPU. It's called multi-tenant, sharing the resources among multiple users. Okay, and automatic upgrades. Um, how will you, get new features? As a user, we are not going to do any upgrade, involve any upgrade activities. It would be happen automatically by in the login, that taken care by the Salesforce team, right? So these are all an advantage, for a business. Suppose we like to manage our business with help of Salesforce CRM. We don't need any dedicated users, staff to manage the upgrade. It happens automatically. Okay, and it's a subscription basis, right? Like your Zoho, I would just pay for number of users. My users increased, I increase my subscription, isn't it? It is not necessary you you own every systems, you infrastructure, everything you invest, you have to manage. It is not necessary, right? You can start with a small product that might require a less subscription cost. You can scale up when you're right, when your business grows, isn't it? So, and you know what is your cost, right? Most of the subscription, what you're going to pay, isn't it? And you can scale with your business. And I mentioned it, Salesforce Lightning platform, where Salesforce basically providing a platform as a service. You can build application in two different approaches: without programming, with programming. Okay. Now I think this is the right time to introduce what is all about the course. Okay. The course is basically going to focus uh, what is Salesforce CRM. As I said, Salesforce is providing a platform as a service, which means they provide a platform to build application in two different approach: declarative, programmatic approach. The declarative approach, I know what you will learn, how to add users, how to create users, how to deactivate the user, how to create a report, how to set up the process automation like email notification, modifying the data automatically, and you can build screens without programming, right? Build application, everything without programming you can manage. That part of the course is called admin course. Admin, what you are currently wanted to start. Okay, the first part of the course is going to be admin, which is completely covering the declarative approach of the platform. Okay, what are the features available in the platform? Out of box features. With how will you use that features to build applications, manage the customer data. Okay, and it's a CRM, right? CRM platform. They provide a lot of tables, right? So you'll understand what is the purpose of those tables. How will you, um, align that table with your business? Which table for which purpose? What purpose of the business? Okay, that you will learn in declarative approach, which means admin part of the course. The programmatical approach, there are two different programmatical framework, classic, lightning. Okay, the classic basically has two languages. One is Visual Force page, another Apex. Apex is again is not specific to classic. It's also going to be used in lightning as well. Okay, I give that introduction with another slide. So we have developer course, admin course. In developer course, you learn about two programming frameworks, classic and lightning. In lightning, you have a LWC, lightning web component, that I will give a brief introduction later. Okay. Okay, I do not want to add more stuff today. It is just a last slide I would like to introduce. I said subscription model, right? So Salesforce having a providing a products in different version or edition. You can say edition. For example, I said you can start with the lower end edition. You can scale up, go in higher edition, and this last edition would be cost $300 per user, right? There are what are the features available in the edition? It will be lesser than this, and enterprise will have features in professional. Addition to that, some more features, right? Like that unlimited will have features in enterprise. In addition to that, we have more features. So maybe the big size organization will go for unlimited. Okay, so like that subscription model, right? Salesforce providing a service in subscription model. Okay, and you will sign up. I told, right? How will you access the platform? By signing up, right? So as a student, right, as a new learner, how will you learn? How we are going to practice? We are going to sign up the free version of Salesforce called Developer Edition. And like you sign up, how you sign up Gmail, you'll sign up with user ID, user ID, email address, then you'll get a verification link where you can reset your password so that you can log into the Salesforce platform. Those things we'll cover later. I just jumped to development frameworks. Okay, admin frameworks. Nothing wrong. I'll quickly introduce. I just wanted to make it very short. So you will have features. What you're seeing here is going to be covered in the admin course. Okay, what is chatter, and how will you search the data, and how will you build your tables without programming. These are all features without programming. If a tool is called Schema Builder, you learn about Schema Builder. You learn about how to create an interface like a UI where you display the data to the customer. Okay, how will you validate the data? Example, like we have a start date, end date. The start date should not be greater than end date, right? The date open should not be greater than close date. Just a validation, like you cannot enter a number, the alphabet in the date, a part of the UI, right? You cannot enter the numbers in your name where you like to need to enter the name. So how will you validate? Those validation you can build. You will learn how to implement that validation. And flows. Okay, flow is very important feature in Salesforce. Process automation. You will learn. In addition to that, there are many different features you will learn as part of admin course. Okay, in development framework, I said we have classic framework, like there is a Salesforce language, HTML like language. You will just cover few basics of this. Not we are going to see the extensively because it is the old programming framework. There are certain dependency on Visualforce. So reason we will touch this topic in the development course. And Apex is like object-oriented programming language, like your Java, like your C#. It is not completely object-oriented, okay? Because it will see the similarities, okay? Like class, methods. Salesforce also, included a lot of Salesforce owned methods, interfaces, and all. So, see, reason it's not completely object-oriented. And when you get into this programming course, okay, developer course, it is not necessary you should have a programming background. You understand, right? It is not necessary you should have a programming background, because the developer course, if we start, we normally cover the basics, programming basics. What is method, what is function, variables, control statements, if conditional statements. We are all going to learn the very programming basics before we get into Apex, right? So it is absolutely not mandatory having you should have a programming background. Okay, you can start from the scratch. Okay, and Lightning framework I told, right? Lightning framework, they have two different frameworks. One is Aura, another is Lightning Web Component. Aura became again replaced quite in the last 3-4 years, replaced by Lightning Web Component. Okay, Lightning Web Components. So Lightning Web Components is what normally when I deliver the corporate training, they have included. They removed Aura. Aura is not part of it. We just introduce what is Aura. That's it. We get into Lightning Web Components. Okay, so admin, Apex, with little bit scope for Visualforce. Apex is having wide syllabus. We have how to write the trigger, procedures. Okay, like asynchronous Apex, test class writing, and all those stuff. You'll see it in the Apex. And Lightning framework will cover more into like web components. These two different light development framework. And in Lightning Web Component, we'll cover basics of CSS, JavaScript. So remember, absolutely you don't need a programming knowledge prior to learn this. Okay, we'll cover all the basic stuff here. So the admin course will go for a month, and it depends upon my availability. Sometimes we'll say, for example, Saturday, we can stretch for longer hours, 2 hours. I would inform you a day before, sometimes you like to extend the hours. In that way, we can cover the more content so that admin can be wind up in 20 days, less than 20 days. Of course, you have more exercise for practice. You will be able to access the recorded videos every day. Okay, I would, at the end of the day, the same day video will be shared with you from Google Drive, and you'll have exercises for practice. I'll show that folder. Okay, what is this? Okay, this is something. Okay, just hold on. You'll see. You'll have access to the videos, right? Everyday videos will be shared with you like this, and you'll have a use case for practice, correct? And then the everyday notes that we are doing in the class, right? That will be also be shared, and I will track your status, like this. The trailers, use cases will be tracked. Okay, as good you are covering the use cases, topics, I would also help you better. Okay, so my objective would be to help you better to reach your goal. Some only thing, it depends upon availability. I would increase the timing sometimes. That's only thing. If you support that, I would definitely help you to reach your goal. Okay, so I related to fee, I would connect. Let my HR to connect with you. You can share your email ID in the chat window, and any other queries, it's time for you to interact. Any queries, anything, you can get clarified now. Makes sense? The whole session is okay for you? Able to follow, all of you?
Yes, Rajni, thank you. It was a good session to start with.
I would make sure the concepts would be introduced with very simple example. And what is more important, we'll be focused. Okay, we'll focus. We are not, so do not ever worry about, what is that feature is missing, why this missing. Just focus on what is being taught. I would cover what is more important to my, right, in my 18 years, 14 years Salesforce career, I just come to know a list which is more important, okay, to learn to. So don't worry about covering the topics. Worry about what is learned, what you implemented it. Okay, so and even after training, sessions or training got over, you'll be in touch with me. It's not like you come across a regular organization anywhere, you lose the contact, right? But we'll in touch. Okay, there are, I think Devi is almost long back she reached me, and right, many people are still in touch with me. I will help you to reach your goal. All you need to is just focus on what is being assigned. That's enough. Okay, the timing I would like to start from between 6:45 to 7. Okay, 6:30 is too early for some Indian folks here. Maybe 6:45 to 7. 6:45. Like make it 6:45. Sharp 6:45. We'll start sharp. That's way we can Yeah. So I got all the email IDs, I think. Okay. Hopefully
so,
we'll.
Sanjay, Ranjit, as you said, of 3 to 4 weeks. So every day we have a class for an hour, or how does it work?
Yeah. How many of you connecting from United States? Devi, Devi, you are?
Yes, I am from California.
California. Okay. Tuesday to Saturday. That's where we are planning. Okay. Tuesday Indian
Okay.
time, 6:45 a.m. Say if it is Monday, then your weekend, right? That's Sunday night, right?
Mine is Monday.
No. If it
If
is Indian Monday morning, yours would be
Sunday evening. Yeah.
it would be horrible. Yeah. Tuesday, Saturday we'll have.
So Tuesday morning to Saturday morning, your time, right? IST time.
Yeah, correct. Tuesday morning.
Okay.
Sorry, that's what. Tuesday to Saturday, every morning 6:45 a.m. sharp, we will start the session. We'll go for an hour.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So when are you
So
planning to
Saturday,
start?
yes, I would like to start from Friday, coming Friday, day after tomorrow.
So everybody's okay with that?
I am going to start.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to start. It's too late. We have to start. Okay. So hope
Okay.
see, you got a good introduction. I think basic introduction about the course. So all we are going to just
Right.
start with signing up and start learning the technical stuff from Friday.
Right. If we miss the class, it's okay. Like you can get the recording on the day.
Yeah.
Like
The
that.
same day may not be immediately because the video is being converted to a format of uploading. So then I will upload it. Sometimes I will upload it in half an hour, sometimes an hour. I'll upload it in the same day itself.
Before the next class. Okay.
Yeah. You will get it soon. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So feel free to interact. In the everyday session, we'll have a last 5 to 10 minutes for interaction. It's up. You have to use it. Okay. So any other question, guys? Santosh, Suresh. So we are good now. Okay then. I'll got your email ID. I will share the details. I know when I'm going to connect. I think same meeting link you can use on Friday,
Sure.
day after tomorrow, 6:45.
Okay. Thank you, Ranjit.
Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.